All I can say about this story is duh. And by saying duh, this video automatically is going to be restricted. Isn't that funny? God, don't you just love our freedom of speech? This story is just one of those does because, look, it is a pattern that has been going on forever. We go into a country that we don't like their idealistic methods or their military way or whatever, or we deem them a threat to the United States, and we go in and we fund whatever organization is fighting against that government, and we give them money or this or that. Or we go to a country and it's like, well, we need them to be stable because if they destabilize, then it will create a power vacuum or their weapons will go rogue, or for whatever reason we need to stabilize them, even if we don't agree with them, and we give them all kinds of money. And then what happens later on is we find out that they're using the money that we're paying them in order to attack us. It's like living in your house and your house gets burglarized and you catch the burglar and you tell him, hey, look, I'm going to give you $100 a week to not burglarize my house. And the burglar says, okay, and he takes $100 a week from you to not burglarize your house. But then he takes that $100 a week and he spends $50 a week paying someone else to come over here and burglarize your house. What? Come on now. This is a duh story. It's like, yeah, I mean, come on. Any money we spend on people that don't like the Western ideals, it's going to backfire on us. It will. It's human nature. Those who don't know their history are doomed to repeat it. So let's read this. Trump. Iran missiles fired at U.S. were paid for with money released by Obama administration. And we're going to find money released by every administration at some point, sometime, somewhere has been used for nefarious purposes against me. I guarantee it. You can't have one entity that is perfectly altruistic and uses the money for exactly the purposes that they say. Come on now. Come on now. It's happened so many times at this point it should be expected. Whatever money, we should expect that whatever money we give to these countries, a certain portion of it is going to be used against us and to fund things against us. For some reason, oh, there we go. All right, good. My computer froze. It did unfreeze. Yay! President Trump took direct aim at former President Barack Obama on Wednesday, blaming the last administration for giving Iran money that he claimed was then used by Tehran to pay for missiles that were aimed at U.S. troops in Iraq. The missiles fired last night at us and our allies were paid for with funds made available by the last administration, Trump said from the White House, referring to settlement money to the U.S. paid to Iran in 2016. Yeah. Every preceding administration can look back on the former administration and say, you gave money to what? All right, let's look into this. You gave money to this country. We know this country doesn't really like the United States. And I guarantee you, you will find that a portion of that money has been used against us. Come on. It's like giving money to a heroin addict. They're going to use a portion of the money for heroin. Maybe that's a bad analogy, but it's what I got. It's what you're stuck with too. Sorry. Trump says Iran appears to be standing down. Missile strikes resulted in no casualties. And I guarantee you that this attack by Iran, it mostly missed. It didn't do much damage. And that was on purpose. They need to save face. They cannot go to war. Not with the United States. They need to save face. They need to walk out of this without a black eye. They need to walk out of this pumping their fists saying that they did something, and meanwhile the United States kicking back saying, all right, that wasn't much. We can't appease the public by attacking you for that. That wasn't attackable. The public would chew our behinds. And you know they would. Anyways, Trump addressed the nation the morning after the Iran regime launched more than a dozen missiles at bases in Iraq that housed U.S. troops. That was in retaliation for the U.S. strike last week that took out top Iranian General Qasem Soleimani. Yeah, and my computer froze again. Oh, good Lord. In his remarks, he pointed the finger at the Obama-era Iran nuclear deal, or Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, there it goes, JCPOA, from which the U.S. withdrew in 2018. While supporters of the deal claimed it kept Iran from getting a nuclear weapon, Trump on Wednesday renewed his assertion that it emboldened Tehran. Now, if you think for 1 second that a country like Iran is going to take a bit of money over the ability to have a nuclear weapon and the influence that goes with having a nuclear weapon in the region, then you've got another thing coming. It would be like, I don't know, a gang member having a pistol and all his other big rivals have submachine guns or AK-47s. So then he has an opportunity to either make $5,000 or get himself an AK-47. Well, he would get himself an AK-47 instead, I guarantee you. And if there's a possibility that he can take your $5,000 and secretly get himself an AK-47, he's going to do that as well. Boy, is this video going to be flagged. Woo! All right. Hey, you guys can help me out with that. Leave a like, a dislike, a comment, a subscribe would be freaking awesome. Help me beat this damn YouTube algorithm. Oh, man. I don't see how administrations can not see this coming. I don't know. Sometimes I think like they do it on purpose, but it just baffles me how you can say, well, yeah, we give money to this group, and here in 10 years, this group uses the money and the training that we gave them against us. Yeah, duh. So why do we keep doing it? I understand, well, we need to try to keep it stable, this and that and this and that, but it isn't working very well, is it? So perhaps we need to think of a different way to do it. I'm not saying put a dead stop to what we're doing now, because we don't want to create any additional power vacuums. And remember, every solution has its own set of problems. So it's not like we can snap our fingers and get it done. But maybe we need to think about other directions to do it. I don't know. Just an idea. That's all I got on this one. I'll see you guys on the next one.